Hey guys, welcome back. I just wanted to give you a little rundown of my pluot harvest for the year. I will get to how much I got at the end, but I figured that I would spend a little bit of time on this video talking about what pluots actually are, because not everybody knows what they are, unlike the peaches and the apples that you guys see in the grocery store all the time. Though I will say pluots are starting to be found, at least in my area, in the grocery stores for like a month out of the year, especially at some of the like more farmers market style grocery stores like Sprouts. If you guys have a Sprouts in your area, I definitely see them there. These are my two pluot trees. They are completely barren right now. I already pulled all the fruit off, but they look just like pretty much any other plum tree. What pluots are is a hybrid of a plum and an apricot. It is, at least these varieties, it's mostly plum with a bit of apricot bred in there. You may have also heard them called plumcots, apriums, I think what's another one? Apripluot, I think, is another one. But I think the more common ones are pluots, plumcots, and apriums is what at least I've heard. Or interspecific plum, I think they're also called. Basically all of those mean it is some sort of plum apricot hybrid. I have tried a few different varieties. I have two different varieties. All of them kind of taste like kind of tangy and sweet. So they taste a bit more like a plum than an apricot. I personally feel like they taste more like nectarines, or they have that texture of a nectarine. I don't like apricots and I love pluots. So apricots are too kind of sweet and bland for me, and I feel like pluots have a bit more flavor, more complexity, if you will, because they have that tanginess to them. I will show a video here of me just harvesting these trees over the last few months, and what it looks like when you cut into them. The two different varieties I have here on the far side are Dapple Dandy. Those are the ones I think you mostly see in the grocery stores. People call them dinosaur eggs because they have this kind of like mottled, speckled texture on the outside, and they're pretty round. And when you cut them open, they're kind of like a ruby red or all the way to like a dark burgundy, depending on when you pick them, how ripe they are. They're really good. This year, those are my favorite. I think I only got one off this tree last year, and this year I got about 30 to 40, but I lost a ton to the birds. I lost so many to the birds this year. Last year I didn't lose a single fruit to the birds, and this year I lost dozens. Between my stone fruit and my apples, I lost dozens of fruit to the birds. So but that's okay. I got plenty. Though I will say I would have liked to have more of the Dapple Dandy. The Flavor Grenade, however, still really good, but not my favorite as far as flavor. But it is definitely winning as a producer. I got hundreds, literally hundreds off of this tree. I thinned over 400 pluots from just this one tree. I think only thinned like 20 or so from the Dapple Dandy, but the Flavor Grenade I thinned off. I lost track at some point. I stopped counting when I hit about 400. So because this tree was just so loaded, and there's no way it was going to be able to handle all that fruit. In my area, in Southern California, we don't really get a lot of chill hours, which are kind of important. Well, not kind of, it's important when you're growing fruit to know how many chill hours you get. And both of these varieties are lower chill. So they grow really well here in Southern California. If you're not sure which varieties grow well in your area, usually your local nurseries, the smaller ones, will have more of an idea, but you can see on the tag how many hours, and I think I already pulled the tags off of all of these trees, but I think that each of these trees is under 400 hours, and I think the Flavor Grenade is actually under 300, which could be why it's producing so much more. Both of these trees, just like my peaches and my apples, ripened about a month earlier than anticipated. So they're supposed to ripen, I think the Dapple Dandy is supposed to ripen in August, and the Flavor Grenade is supposed to ripen in September, and it was July and August instead. But that's just kind of been this year. I don't think that that's really indicative of these trees. It's more just the weird weather that we had over the winter. And that might be the case as the weather continues to change in the future. But for now, I got pluots pretty much all through August and all through July, because the fruit hangs on the tree a lot longer. It's not like peaches where you kind of have like a couple of days to a week to pull everything off the tree. The pluots hung on the tree for, I think they say online like 3 to 4 weeks, but for me, at least for the dapple dandy, it hung on the tree for over a month. That being said, I have discovered I prefer, not the dapple dandy, I'm sorry, the Flavor Supreme, Flavor Grenade. There's Flavor Supreme, Flavor King, Flavor Queen, Flavor Rosa. It gets confusing with the pluots and the names. This one's a Flavor Grenade. But the Flavor Grenade, I decided I definitely like to harvest those a little bit early so they're a little less ripe. The dapple dandy, definitely preferred harvesting those kind of like right around that sweet spot, when they were dark red in the middle. So yeah, I will put up how much I got up here. I can't honestly think of it off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to actually go and watch. I took videos of me weighing the fruit so I wouldn't have to remember, and I took some notes. So I'll put up how much I got of the dapple dandy, which was probably significantly less, and the Flavor Grenade, and then how much I got total. And this year is technically their 3rd year in the ground. I planted them in early 2020, so they had all of 2020, all of 2021, and now most of 2022 to be in the ground, and I'm expecting next year to be more. They'll be bigger too, and so I'm gonna have to get creative with netting them, just so that the birds will stay off them next year. But now I am forewarned. I think that the pluots are actually the reason that the birds attacked my fruit trees so much, because they seem to they seem to favor the pluots. So I will have to net those again next year. And then just like my peaches, when I was finished harvesting them, I went ahead and pruned. I didn't really do a heavy pruning because we're having some really, really hot weather, and I didn't want to stress the trees too much, but I did want to kind of check that height and cut out anything that was growing kind of, crossing into the center, because I am trying to mostly train this to be an open center. So that was my last little haircut, and then we'll probably do that again towards the end of summer. Here in Southern California, summer does not end until pretty much the start of October, so we'll see if I have to do another pruning then. But otherwise, we'll wait until winter, and that's when we'll really give these guys a good haircut. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and as always, I appreciate you guys watching and hanging out with me in the garden. If you give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it, and if you're not already subscribed and you want to see more videos, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And yeah, I hope you'll tune into some more videos. I'm gonna continue showing harvest because, like I said, summer is not over. So we're gonna be still harvesting some summer crops, and then transitioning into fall, and then I have a few things we're gonna do in the kitchen. I've already been preserving a ton of things, but if you'd like to join in on that, just subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, thanks again. Bye.